Hi everyone, and welcome to the 5th UIF Bulletin. I'm Michael Cardo, the DA Shadow Minister of Employment and Labour. The most important news this week is that the COVID-19 Ters benefit scheme is going to be extended until the 15th of August. This was announced by the Deputy Minister of Employment and Labour in Parliament on Tuesday, and it's in line with the extension of the Disaster Management Act until the 15th of August. The UIF also released a press statement on Monday to say that their intention is to honour all valid claims from April, May and June. But no sooner had the UIF made this undertaking than it started lashing out at other people for its own failings. The UIF claims that some employers submitted fraudulent claims on behalf of dead people, or that some companies submitted claims using non-existent ID numbers. In April and May, some 4,000 claims were submitted on behalf of dead people. In April, 48,000 claims were submitted using non-existent ID numbers, and in May, 43,000 claims were submitted using non-existent ID numbers. Now, it may be the case that there are some people out there who are looking to game or crook the system, but they are in the overwhelming minority. And for the UIF to try and scapegoat employers and blame employers for the UIF's own faults is both disingenuous and dishonest. As we've repeatedly said throughout the course of the UIF Bulletin, that UIF money belongs to employers and employees who have made their contributions to the UIF, and they are legitimately entitled to that money. Coming to the end of July, the UIF has paid out about 34 billion rand to just over 7 million workers. It's set aside 40 billion rand, so it's still got a fair amount of dispersing to do. But as we come to the end of the COVID-19 Ters scheme, it's important to look back and reflect over the last 3 months. And one of the key lessons that should be learned is that the UIF should have involved the South African Revenue Service, SARS, much sooner in the processing and payment of claims. In fact, this was something that the DA called for right from the very beginning. And it's an important lesson to learn, especially for entities like the Compensation Fund, which are about to face a deluge of claims from people who contract COVID-19 at the workplace. And in the DA's view, it's very important that the Compensation Fund ropes in the assistance of either a private medical aid or insurance provider to help it process and pay claims. That's it from me for this week on the UIF. Over to you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael. It's Michael Bagram. I'm the Democratic Alliance Labour spokesperson. And I must just tell you that what we've done over the last 4 months has been absolute horrific. The UIF has failed the workers of South Africa completely. I'm still daily dealing with workers of South Africa who have not seen any payment at all, even from April. And many are still complaining and starving. And I blame the UIF for a lot of these problems. Nothing has been forthcoming from the fund, April, May, June 2020. And despite continuous emails to the Commissioner and his staff, I have an ongoing battle. We have this battle on a daily basis, 7 days a week, and almost 3 months of that battle has been very, very futile, to say the least. Every now and again, I get a positive response, an acknowledgement from certain individuals that they have received payment. And thank God for that. At least we're getting a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. The majority of the claimants are still kept in the dark, despite acknowledgement of receipt of the claim. In the last report, we gleefully mentioned that the Commissioner told us we will have positive results within 48 hours. This helped psychologically, but did not result in payments. As the fund is now getting bogged down with the UIF claims for dismissal for operation requirements, as referred to by my colleague Michael Cardo, we are starting to lose hope that the emergency payments won't take precedent at all. With the advent of 3 to 7 million retrenchments taking place, the fund is being bombarded by millions of claims from those individuals that have already lost their jobs. The chances of the Labour Ministry being able to cope is almost null. We have begged for the Minister to hand over the function to SARS, as voiced by my colleague, and even suggested possible help from the private sector. Pleas for help have fallen on deaf ears, and it appears that the only time that we're able to get payments is after literally dozens of follow-up letters from both of us. It is almost as if there's no action unless threats are made. The trade union movement, funnily enough, has been incredibly silent, and for some reason or other has not approached NEDLAC to have the industry-wide marches and strikes. I can't understand it. This is one instance where one would almost understand the trade union movement taking the most drastic action of all. But no, there's been a deathly silence from the people who are supposed to represent the workforce in their fight against the unjust treatment that we're all experiencing. This unjust treatment goes far beyond any horror story. Oxfam are reporting more and more families sinking into poverty and starvation. At last count, it was at least 2 million. I send out a desperate plea to the government for help. The Department of Labour has one real purpose, and that is to protect the workers of South Africa. Well, we've had no protection, no compassion, and certainly a completely destructive attitude. Michael Bagram, Democratic Alliance Labour spokesperson, thank you.